Hi everyone, and a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Madhulika Rajahan, mother, author, green energy enthusiast, and a certified Lean Six Sigma black belt expert. Through these videos, I would like to take you all to a journey of understanding the concept of lean, famously known as Toyota Production System, fathered by Taiichi Ono, a man who dedicated his life to the concept. The 3M's, muri, mura, and muda, is among the most important concepts in lean production. Yet, the 3M's are often misjudged and narrowly understood. The most common misunderstanding is to let lean only as a method to reduce waste, which is muda. Those that state that waste hunting lean projects will not achieve breakthrough improvements and will never build a culture of continuous improvements. In the last two episodes, we have spoken about muri and mura, namely overburden and unevenness. In this episode, we will talk about muda. So, what is muda? Muda is a Japanese word which means futility, uselessness, and wastefulness, and is a key concept in lean process thinking as one of the three types of deviation of optimal allocation of resources other than being mura and muri. Waste reduction, simply put, is an effective way to improve the profitability or productiveness. Muda was introduced by Taiichi Ono from Toyota, which means waste. Taiichi deemed that there are seven different kinds of waste initially, which are transport, inventory, motion, waiting time, overproduction, overprocessing, and defects. In other words, Muda is the comprehensive term of all these kinds of waste. Lost talent is another form of waste which was added by Wormack and Jones in their well known book, The Machine That Changed the World. Lean aims in decreasing Muda because only are they able to evoke frustration within you and your colleagues, customers as well have to deal with them. As Renati Domingo outlines in his paper identifying the element and eliminating the seven waste of Muda in the Asian Institute of Management, he says the elimination of waste is the primary goal of any lean system. In effect, lean declares war on waste, any kind of waste. Now, waste or Muda is anything that does not have value or does not add value. We had our initial concept of perfection based on the same thing. Waste must be identified in order to be eliminated. The two main key forms of waste, which are obvious waste and hidden waste. Now, hidden waste are often the most dangerous of wastes. Reason being that hidden waste are not addressed even in small ways, which allows them to grow and result in hidden waste being larger than the obvious ones. Hidden wastes are like icebergs. Once you spot the tip, you should know that there is a greater hidden body under the surface. The primary steps he lists in tackling waste are making waste visible, be conscious of the waste, be accountable for the waste, measure it, and eliminate or reduce the waste. So, what are the seven forms of Muda we talked about? Let's talk about them in a little more detail. So, the first Muda is that of transport. What does that mean? It means that each time a product is moved, it stands the risk of being damaged, lost, or delayed, on the top of being added cost for no added value. Then comes the second waste, which is that of motion. Now, let's not confuse motion with transport. Motion refers to the damage that the production process inflicts on equipment or the person that creates the product, not the damage to the product themselves. So, the person who is creating the product, the person on the machine, the service person, the employee, all that is being a damage being occurred on them is called the waste of motion. Now, the third waste is the waste of waiting. Time is always of the essence in production or in any other process for that reason. Whenever goods are not in transport or being processed, they are in standing, still waiting for the next production step, or a colleague waiting for another colleague to finish the first step and going on to the next one. So that is called the waste of waiting. Inventory. Now, inventory in a form of raw material or work in progress or finished goods represent a capital outlay which is not yet produced an income either by producer or in the form of the consumer. So it's still lying down, waiting to be finished, and thus cost as a waste. Muda, which is number 5, which is overproduction. Overproduction occurs when more product is produced than is required time by the customers. And this is one reason Taiichi Ono gave birth to what is called as the just-in-time system or the JIT. Moving on to Muda number 6, which is overprocessing. So overprocessing results from poor tools or product design creating unnecessary activity. This Muda occurs anytime more work is being done on a piece beyond what is required by a customer. This also includes using components that are more precise, complex, high quality, or expensive than absolutely required. The key here is about not adding any process or things which will not add value. Remember in our first episode when we talked about the concept of perfection, think about how we can eliminate things from the system which are not adding value to the core product we are making. Defects. Whenever defects occur, which is we are coming to the end of our muda, the seventh muda, which is the defect. Whenever defects occur, extra costs are incurred on reworking the product or rescheduling the production itself. This results in additional labor cost and more time in work in progress stage. Thus, we come to an end to the 7 mudas initially defined by Taiichi Ono while he was in the Toyota production system. With this, we come to an end to this edition of our Lean. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the comment section. I would love to know what you want to hear more. Until next time, this is your host, Matulika Rajahan, signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead.